Given the serious concerns now surrounding its international conduct, it is even more necessary that we reassess proper oversight and ensure that these important community roles receive the priority and funding they rightfully deserve. I thank plenary for its attention in these matters and trust in the collective resolve of this honorable body to act decisively in the interest of the Liberian people. With assurances of my highest esteem, I remain respectfully Senator Zad H. Joseph, Senator, Monterey County, Republic of Liberia. Mr. President and Presiding Officer.
I have a communication from Senator Frank Joseph on its international construction company, as you are well aware. Senator,
with the President of the Senate, welcome. Where's the President of the Senate? Welcome. To the President of the Senate, distinguished colleagues, having listened to the reading of the communication from a distinguished colleague from Montserrat County, Senator Zad Joseph, regarding the troubling actions and actions of its international construction company, I move that the communication be accepted. It be referred to the Committee on Public Works and Ways and Means, Judgment with Public Works as lead, and that this committee be given 1 week to report next Tuesday. I mean, as in next Thursday. 1 week. I move.
So second.
Second by the man.
When the tradition be that the author will do 2 minutes.
If you move and second that the communication be referred to the Committee on Public Work and Ways and Means to report in 2 weeks.
1 week.
1 week.
Very important.
1 week. Are you ready to vote? Those in favor say yes.
Yes.
Against. President, you have 2 minutes.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. President of the Liberian Senate. And thank you, my colleague, Senator Darrell Dillon of Senator of Montserrat County as well. Mr. President and colleagues, want to bring to your attention that 2016, the legislature enacted this law, making sure that finances are provided for community roads in Montserrat County. And considering that there's an urgent need to work on the ROI road, those funds was diverted in that direction, with the understanding that those resources will be replaced going forward. But since 2016 to now, nothing has happened to those community roads. In fact, the East Construction Company that is constructing, that was given the ROI road, they want to implement those community roads. Those signed the agreement between the government of Liberia and them for those community roads. But since they went for those contracts, the government decided to give it to them, and then the community remained vulnerable. And those roads need to be worked on since 2016 to now. And he's giving this road, the RI road, is basically focusing on selling crush wrap that purposely should be used for the RI road construction. But if you notice, in and around Montserrat County, they have established wrap quarry companies all around for the sales of wrap. Unfortunately, that agreement was signed for the construction of the road, not for them to sell wrap. So I want to say thanks to this honorable body and thanks that my colleague at the Committee on Public Work, the Committee on Ways and Means, that this budget year, we want those roads to be captured in the national budget so they can be, constructed. And I want to say thanks to this government that it's also giving priorities to road connectivity in that direction. We ask the plenary to please approve a reform resources that was enacted into law and approved for those community roads in most of our country. Thank you.
Continue with business and president.
Business and President's Day. Communication from Senator Samuel G. Koung of Nima County, requesting immediate investigation, as well as reverse the proposal of the Minister of Finance in allotting financial resources in fiscal year 2026 national budget. On the Liberian Senate, Senator Yomri Kana Lawrence, President for Temporary, the Senate in session, Capitol Building, Monrovia, Liberia. Dear Honorable Pro-Tem and members, I present esteemed compliments and herewith rights seeking the indulgence of plenary to launch an immediate investigation as well as reverse the proposal of the Minister of Finance in allotting financial resources in fiscal year 2026 national budget, especially with us considering the revenue sharing law for 2021. Madam Pro-Tem and fellow colleagues, it is economically comical to the counties where concessionaires are extracting natural resources. Nima County being one of the counties with huge money concession is tapped to generate $200 million of the revenue, of the budget revenue. Regrettably, $3 million are set among those to the county. Fellow colleagues, it is further laid down and well defined in the Revenue Sharing Law of 2021, Chapter 6, which states that, quote, 10% of revenue goes to country of origin of the natural resource revenues, unquote. Mining being one of the industries that is covered in the natural resource revenue sharing law, as well as iron ore being a detectable resources as narrated in our country's natural resource history. For example, growth of our development, which refer to Liberia's GDP growth in the 60s due to large-scale mining across the country, which left 2 million mining pig pens across the country, but did not reflect in the development of the nation. It is fair, fellow colleagues, that we as legislators, being the gatekeepers in this democratic dispensation overseeing transparency, accountability, and the full implementation of government policy and programs, be proactive to all. As the Senator of Nima County, I'm morally obliged to seek clarity and raise issues that affect the well-being of Nima, its future, and Liberia alike. Based on our fourth measure, I'm seeking plenary's intervention in ensuring that the revenue sharing law be applied in the allocation of revenue, especially those covered under the revenue sharing law of 2021. Fellow colleagues, as the current Accelerator Concession Agreement extension in progress, which would extend their lifespan to more than 50 years in Liberia, it is prudent that NEMA and all other affected communities receive their fair share of the revenue as in keeping with the revenue sharing law of 2021. But by doing so, distinguished police will afford a repeat of mistake in the past which left pits after money without development. If NEMA were to get a fair share of the $200 million in keeping with Chapter 6 of the Revenue Sharing Law of 2021, we would accrue $20 million, which would be directed towards targetable projects or investment that will be left after the war has depleted, like in the case of the United Arab Emirates, who saw a tourism hub after the crude oil was mined. It is with deep sense of humility that I submit and look forward to plenary's action and decision in this regard. Please accept the renewed assurances of my highest esteem and sustained cooperation. Kindest regards, very truly yours, Senator D. Hobart, Senator, Neighbor County, Chairman, Senate Committee on Information, Broadcasting, Culture, and Tourism, Vice Chair, National Defense, Intelligence, Security, and Government. Mr. President of the Senate, representative of the House, distinguished members of the Senate, the reading of the communication from Senator Samuel D. Poga of Liberian.